Welcome to Chapter 11 of the history of the Missouri feral hogs. As Americans have done for centuries, when the federal and state government ignores citizens of Missouri, and when they take their voice away and their vote away, the only thing left is civil disobedience.
Get to your question.
Thank you very much. And gentlemen, thank you for coming. I'll try to be very brief here. The resources you said that were available for Missouri, are those, what is that amount? Do you know? Is that increasing, decreasing, or does it stay stagnant since you guys have started helping with this?
Currently, the federal government provides around $750,000 a year to the state of Missouri to maintain the program, and that has increased. It's probably doubled since 2014 when the program came in. Part of the funding mechanism is to identify feasible projects that we feel can accomplish our goals that generally are set within a state by this state task force. Missouri has proposed regions to go in and eliminate feral swine. They've been successful at it, and so that's where the additional funds came, is to help them provide that, to help them achieve those goals.
750,000, and that's staying constant as of right now.
At this point, and I'm using round numbers there, I could give you specifics, but it's right around $750,000.
Thank you. You estimated there were 6 million hogs nationally, 3 million in Texas. What is your estimate for Missouri of how many hogs we have?
I don't have that number off the top of my head.
Is it available?
I can tell you it's a level 3 state, which means we believe there's up to about 100,000 pigs.
Okay.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Missouri feral hogs are becoming a hazard on Missouri roadways. The Missouri Highway Patrol do not classify them as a wildlife. All they put them down as a domestic animal if they're hit, so there's no way to track how many feral hogs are being hit on today's highways in Missouri.
At Jefferson College, you'll pay a lot less, and new students who register for 6 or more credit hours this fall can receive a free notebook computer while supplies last. That's right, a free laptop for new students. Choose from over 40 amazing programs in computer information systems, health information technology, computer integrated manufacturing.
Even MoDOT is seeing an increase in population of feral hogs in Missouri. Deer aren't the only thing drivers have to watch out for. In Missouri, the feral hog was found on I-49. Then there was one hit on I-55 at the city limits of Cape. Marble Hill, Highway 34. Hogs are being hit across Missouri as the population increases, just like deer. Most of the Missouri media follows along without question, publishing press releases without question from the Missouri Department of Conservation. The media publishes the same headlines: Missouri's winning the war on feral hogs, despite what landowners see on their game cameras and see the damage done. Not only do hogs do damage to the habitat of wildlife or the farmers' fields, they also put a danger to domestic dogs who do not know the power of a feral hog and the weapons that it carries. Here's just a small sampling of some of the big boars taken out by the hog doggers and their dogs. These were not trapped. They avoided traps. And these are a danger to wildlife. They're tearing up farm fields and they are a danger to Missouri pets. Since 2008, multiple dogs have been killed, injured by wild hogs in Missouri. You hear warnings about coyotes, you hear warnings about bears, but you never hear any of the stories about what hogs are doing to pets in the state of Missouri.
What do you do after you trap them?
We kill the hogs and we bury them.
Here we are, 150 yards from Current River. The tall bank's the other side of the river. These are dumped in the watershed. Traps all the way up there. Wonder what would happen if I dumped carcasses in the watershed. Think they'd have something to say about that?
What hunger looks like in Missouri. In Missouri, 865,400 people are struggling with hunger, and of them, 243,110 are children. Private citizens in Missouri cook their own feral hogs. The Hogs for the Hungry Texan program donate meat to the food bank. 100,000 pounds of pork donated to the Houston Food Bank. That is illegal to do in the state of Missouri. 2,500 hogs, which will each produce around 40 pounds of meat. They donate 30,000 pounds of pork to Hunters for the Hungry. Over 65,400 hogs have been left to rot in Missouri public lands and refuges and waterways in Missouri since 2008. One of the issues of leaving 64,000 hogs on the landscape to rot, the number of black vultures are increasing for the last 12 years. The number of dead hogs left on the landscape as a food source has increased when the scavenger animal has an abundant food supply and have been accustomed to constant food sources. It will come for that food source year after year and bring its next generations along to grow accustomed to the same food source. But of course, trapping is a seasonal thing. You trap more hogs at certain times of the year. So as the seasonal changes occur and the food sources start to dry up, those scavengers turn into the predatory animals that they naturally are, and are the cattle, sheep, goats, wildlife, and pets that black vultures will target. Despite what the Missouri Department of Conservation tells you, The number one consumer of feral hogs are carrion beetles. The number two consumer of feral hogs are vultures. And you can see here the black vultures understand what pig traps are and what dead hogs are. Other things that do eat feral hogs are black bears, which we've seen in the trap, and they'll scavenge off of them, and also eagles, which are a scavenger also. As the population grows, so does the hog damage throughout Missouri.
We continue to do great work through the month of September and summer ops for feral hog eradication. So now tracking efforts report that hog sounders are getting harder to find. Tracking efforts report that hog sounders are getting harder to find. Tracking efforts report that hog sounders are getting harder to find. Tracking efforts report that hog sounders are getting harder to find.
Mark Twain National Forest in December of 2020 after 12-month historical trapping effort by Missouri and federal government agencies. Whistleblower reports these photos sent. Each photo is completely different area, either in Reynolds, Dent, or Iron County. The shortest distance between the two cameras was over 10 miles apart. Total of 7 cameras used in 7 days. Each photo shows sounders. All photos were taken near trapping sites. After a 12-month historical effort by the Missouri Department of Conservation, the total hogs removed were 12,635. If we go with testimony of the USDA chief, 100,000 hogs in Missouri, that would mean 12,065 killed. That would be 13%. That would mean 70,000 hogs would have to be killed. If we went with the Mark Twain National Forest population in 2017, 3 years ago, that would be 20,000. So the hogs killed would be 12,635. That would be 63%. That would mean 14,000 would need to be killed.